The truth of this reality is that it keeps changing continuously, because nothing is permanent in this entire universe. Nothing is permanent about people, about situations, about things. Everything is constantly on a roll. And when everything is changing, holding on to anything rigidly only is suffering. It will only bring you suffering. Trying to hold on to something rigidly is like trying to hold on to hot coals of fire. It's silly. It's stupid. Any view that you hold on to, that will bring you suffering. Why? Because time changes, people change, situations change, everything changes. This is the only truth. And the one who understands this truth, he realizes that the folly is not in the view. The folly is in the holding on any particular view. Clinging to a particular view, clinging to a particular concept, clinging to a particular idea, holding on to a rigid belief, holding on to a rigid understanding. The wise one can very clearly see that the ego aspect within oneself is the one that is really holding on. There is nothing else that holds on. There are two facets within you which are always at war. One is the intellect. Second is the ego. They are always at war with each other. The ego says, that which I believed in the past, that in which I held on to in the past, that which I clung to in the past for so long, I have invested time in that. I have invested energy in that. So that has to be right. Intellect says things have changed. Situations have changed. Open your eyes and see that this is not what it used to be, or it is not what you thought it to be in the past. See the truth as it is. Ego says, no, I have invested a lot of time in my life. In fact, half my life I have believed this to be true. Now I don't want to see any other reality. Intellect says, no, but the truth is that already the seed of reality has been planted in you. And that is what is sprouting and coming to the surface through me again and again. Wake up and see the truth. It is not what you believed it to be. Ego says, no, I want to hold on to it because everybody holds on to it. Intellect says, if everybody is a fool, will you jump into the well with them? Ego says, but that guru says so, this teacher says so, this person in authority says so, this scientist says so, that is why it must be true. Intellect says, are you so dumb that you cannot see the truth? Why do you have to go with somebody else's reality? You wake up and create your own reality. Ego says, no, but intellect says, you're losing the struggle. No, I cannot lose the struggle. I have to win. I have always won. Intellect says, the truth shall always triumph. Have you noticed this struggle within you? It happens in so many different ways, in so many different scenarios. Maybe in relation to people, maybe in relation to situations, maybe in relation to things. maybe in relation to material world, people, situation, things, or the spiritual world, people, situations, and things. Maybe it happens in relation to your own concepts, in relation to your own ideas, in relation to your own understanding. But we all have witnessed this struggle.